Whoever comes, I will kill them. I'll kill them all. Hey, what's up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again, and today we're going to review John Wick Chapter 2. So John Wick Chapter 2 stars Keanu Reeves, and what the basic premise is, what the basic plot of this movie is that I won't go too deep into it because it might contain some spoilers, but what I'll just say is that this movie takes place 3 days, yes, only 3 days after the original John Wick. And let's just say John Wick has to do a certain job now. That's all I'm going to say about the plot of this movie. So, what did I think about John Wick Chapter 2? Now, I went to the sequel with very high expectations because John Wick, the original, I love that movie. That has to be just one of the best, modern action films we have gotten so far, because that was just so well filmed, so well choreographed. It was such an awesome action movie. I was looking forward to the second one so much, and did the second one live up to those expectations? Live up, I should say, to those expectations. And yes, it did, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. John Wick Chapter 2 is not only an awesome action sequel, but is better than the original. This has to be one of the best action sequels ever made. John Wick Chapter 2 is indeed awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I loved John Wick Chapter 2. So let's get into my positives with the film. Let's get into what I loved about this movie. Let's get into the positives with John Wick Chapter 2. And my positives are, first being the acting in this movie. The acting is really good in this film. First being, of course, Keanu Reeves as John Wick. He's awesome as this character. I absolutely love him as John Wick. He just does an incredible job as this character. This has to be his best performance since, Neo in The Matrix. He is just awesome in this movie. John Wick, has to be, besides Furiosa, John Wick has to be the best modern action hero we have gotten so far, because this guy kicks a load of butt in all the right ways. He is just awesome. And you thought he was awesome in the first movie. He just goes up to over 9,000 in this movie, because holy moly, he just is awesome. I love this character, and Keanu Reeves just brings so much to this character. He did an absolutely great job in this movie. So yeah, Keanu Reeves was great. Ian McShane was great in this movie. I absolutely really enjoyed him in this movie. Ruby Rose, although she really doesn't say anything, she uses sign language in the movie. She's silent but deadly, and she was great. I really enjoyed her in the movie. Lawrence Fishburne, for the limited screen time he has, he was very enjoyable. I liked Lawrence Fishburne in the movies, so yeah. So the acting is really good. Oh yeah, and Comet was really good too. I actually enjoyed his character too, so yeah, he was very enjoyable as well. So yeah, the acting was really good in this movie. Next up, the action sequences. Whoa, the action sequences in this movie are incredible. I absolutely loved every action set piece that happened in this movie. They take the action from the first movie and they amp it up so much. It's like they crank it up to an 11. Spinal Tap style. They crank it up to an 11, okay? It is awesome. I absolutely love the action sequences in this movie. Man, they are just so great. They're so well filmed. The fight scenes are very well choreographed. There's no quick cut editing or no shaky cam. It's just straight up, fist-to-fist battle, and it's awesome, and I absolutely love it. The action sequences are incredible in this movie. I just absolutely love the action sequences in this movie. Very well filmed, very well choreographed. I absolutely love the action sequences in this movie. I thought the villains were really good too. The villains were actually really good in this movie, Just like in the first movie, I did think the villains were good in the first movie. I think the villains are even better in this one. I absolutely really enjoyed the villains in this movie. They were really good, really enjoyable. It's kind of your typical action movie villains, but they were really good. I actually really enjoyed them as well. So yeah. The writing was really solid with the movie. I did think the movie had some really good writing to it. The directing is fantastic. I believe only one, the only one director, because two directors did the first movie, so only one of them came back for the second one, and he, brings his style once again, like he did with the first movie, brings his style with this one as well, and he just does such a great job directing this movie. Just very enjoyable, and I loved his directing with this movie. It was just great, very well filmed, very well choreographed, like I said before. Cinematography is really good with this movie too. I really like the cinematography with this film. So yeah, I really like the cinematography. The directing was very well shot, very well handled. Like I said, how he directs these action sequences are very good in my eyes. Just the way he directs them, and like I said, no quick cuts, no shaky cam. It's just you just see what's going on, and it's glorious. I absolutely loved his directing with this movie. The pacing was really good too. This movie's 2 hours and 2 minutes, and it didn't even feel like that for a second. This movie flew by in the best possible way. Like, it never felt rushed. It just, it kept going, and that's why I loved it. It just kept going, never slowed down, and I love that about this movie. So yeah, it had some really good pacing to it. And I won't, of course, no spoilers, but I will just say this. The way that they set up for the third movie, give it to me right now. Like, seriously, I cannot wait to see what they do with this third movie. With the way that they set it up, I cannot wait to see what they do with the third movie. I am so excited now. Just give me John Wick Chapter 3 right now. So, yeah. John Wick Chapter 2, like I said, has to be one of the best action sequels I think I've ever witnessed. John Wick Chapter 2 is incredible. So it's time for my official grade on John Wick Chapter 2, and my official grade on John Wick Chapter 2 is an A+. This movie deserves it. I absolutely loved this movie. I had a blast watching it. If you thought the first movie was awesome, oh boy, you've seen nothing yet. Get ready for this second movie, because you're going to go on a roller coaster ride of awesomeness, okay? Because this movie was awesome. I absolutely loved John Wick Chapter 2, and it definitely deserves an A+. So, what did you guys think of John Wick Chapter 2? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you out later. Peace.